Hey guys, it's the Disco Spider, and Comedy Central isn't really known for their cartoons. The only ones I can really think of that was actually successful was South Park, which aired in 1997 and is still airing to this day. But as for their other cartoons, a lot of them air for about a few years and then disappear, such as Drawn Together, which lasted from 2004 to 2007, Little Bush, which lasted from 2007 to 2008, Sit Down, Shut Up, which aired and ended in 2009, Ugly Americans, which lasted from 2010 to 2011, Brickleberry, which lasted from 2012 to 2015, and a few others. But in 2016, Comedy Central decided to produce another cartoon right after the cancellation of Brickleberry called Legends of Chamberlain Heights, and boy, I hope the season is successful for Comedy Central because they already renewed the show for another season. So the show is centered around three high school students, Grover, Jamal, and Milk, who try to do anything to become legends at their school. The one main flaw for this show is that it is targeted for a specific audience, which is for the people that act like the characters in the show, for people who do drugs or care about butts and sex, and for those who try to be gangster and say the N-word, even if they aren't black. And me not being in the demographic for the show does kind of ruin it for me. I'm not calling it a bad show just because it doesn't appeal to me, but for people who don't really act like this will get turned off by it, since the show relies a ton on weed and sex jokes, and the characters talk a lot about smashing booties. And although, yeah, the show can pull out one funny joke each episode, a ton of them just fall flat. Now, for someone who likes that type of humor, could appreciate the show and find some enjoyment, but as for everyone else, it'll just be boring for them since there's nothing else that the show offers. For example, there was an episode where the town's internet goes down, and throughout the episode they kind of make it seem like it's the end of the world, where everyone starts looting and killing, and they even say that it feels like it's the apocalypse, so they try to find shelter. And the episode could have been great if they had made the episode a whole apocalypse parody, having the characters trying to find shelter in this damaged town with dead bodies everywhere, and having groups of people trying to kill them, while making fun of those types of movies, and even having your typical sex jokes, like they could have been saved by a girl with, like a kick-ass girl with big boobs. They could have made jokes out of that, but no. The whole majority of the episode is about Milk being mad at Jamal for using his blow-up doll. And although this isn't your type of show that relies heavily on crude humor, trying to be offensive with not actually having jokes like Family Guy and Mr. Pickle, but it would suck for people to actually enjoy those shows because there is not really much enjoyment for them because it's not as crude as they'd want it to be, so they get turned off by it. But for people that don't like crude humor, that get turned off by Family Guy and Mr. Pickles, would still get turned off by this because at least it has some of those crude humors, but not as much as people who actually like Family Guy, not as much as they have it. So either way, you're gonna turn off the people that actually like crude humor and turn off the people that don't like crude humor. And as for our main characters, they're bland. Grover, our main character, has no personality at all. I mean, at least Milk and Jamal have something for them. Milk is your wannabe black guy, and Jamal is the idiot who loves food. But Grover just likes any sort of character. There's nothing about him I can really say, except that he likes butt, but then again, that's every guy on the show. So it's really hard to root for someone that has no personality and is just really boring. And as for Milk and Jamal, Milk is okay, I guess. But him trying so hard to be black isn't really that funny. And they try to play it off for laughs, but I just get annoyed by that. And Jamal can be really annoying at times, and other times he can be okay. And although, yeah, these characters aren't that bad, I have seen worse. Teen Titans, go! But these characters aren't memorable at all. I mean, when I watch the show, yeah, I can remember, Milk and Jamal. But after watching the show, I'm like, when I see like a picture of them, like, who are all those characters? They're just so forgettable and bland that I just don't care about them at all. And for the most notable part of the series, the animation. Holy crap, is the animation complete garbage. I mean, the characters look like some 10-year-old kid discovered how to draw on paint.net for the very first time. The characters have weird anatomy. At least South Park's characters actually have anatomy and walked normally. But the way these characters walk and bend their arms and legs is very weird, making them look stiff. And the worst part is that the outlines aren't even fully colored. It might be their style, but it just looks so unprofessional. I mean, South Park, Aqua Teen Hunger Force, Pelswick, Beavis and Butthead had bad animation, but at least their outlines were colored. It may not seem like a big deal, but for me, I couldn't stop noticing it. And if the show was actually good, I could excuse the horrible animation. But the show is not good, which makes watching the show worse, because not only do I have to deal with boring characters and unfunny jokes, but I also have to look at ugly animation. And lastly, I want to talk about something that might not be a big deal to some people, or just a deal in general, but this show does use newer trends. And although I do hate when shows do that, there are some cases where it's okay. But for this show, it does not work. I'll give you an example. One episode, they keep referencing a meme called "What are those?" which is a completely stupid meme, and they treat this as an actual joke. But the dumb thing is that this episode came out like a year after the meme came out, and when the episode came out, the meme was already dead, so the show already dated itself before they even freaking aired the episode. And they also reference current things that happened last year, because this show takes about probably 9 months to animate and get aired. So pretty much the whole show already aged itself. So yeah, the show is a complete mess. The only good thing I can say about the show is that it can at least deliver one funny joke each episode. Although the jokes aren't like laugh out loud funny, but at least they kept me amused for a few episodes. The only people I can really recommend this to are people that like shows about drugs and sex and all that types of stuff. But as for anyone else, I'd highly recommend just skip the show altogether and just watch more South Park. So yeah, I'm the Disco Spider, and peace out.